Welcome back to Kin in Line. This is, I estimate, part 38. I want to start with a little poem I wrote soon after I'd arrived in Ladysmith in Natal in the winter of 79. We'd had mist for the first few weeks, and then suddenly it had snowed over the Drakensberg, and we could see the berg and the sort of clouds above it. So I wrote this little piece, and it's sort of a free verse thing, and I called it "The Mountain is Snowing." And I've got some sketches that I did which had been lost, and I've just recovered them from somewhere. So let's just go through this. There is a no man's land on a snow-covered mountaintop. Along the fluffy white, snowy, soft peaks that undulate into infinity. In the monochromatic shade and brilliant white of the planed table, disappearing into the distance and emerging in cloud, the forms seemingly interchanging, outline lost in the misty void of the unapproachable tabletop. The unreal whiteness with no human footprint blemishing its infinite range, the solid mass with the coating of white, fissures deep cut and slopes disappearing in perspective behind other prominences, the wrinkled face of hard frozen rock masked with ribbons of shattered white. The turmoil on the heights is a lost, forgotten land conceivable in no mind, its coldness belonging to God alone for all its power and glory. Immobile in the wind, the clouds attached to the immense form, like they are some integral part of rock. There seems no division between mountain and snow. The mountain is snowing. So here, as I queued up for breakfast one morning at about 6:30, 7 o'clock, I sketched these in my little lined A5 Army issue notepad. And so here, I attempted to sort of zoom in on a section of the berg, and what I was writing about there was how the clouds and the snow kind of were interconnected, really. You couldn't really discern the gap between snow and cloud, particularly in that one. I think as the mist and so forth lifted, here we get a sort of clearer delineation. But here, there are the fissures I spoke about. And here's a more distant sort of view. But it was uncanny how these mountains emerged in the distance, and we hadn't seen them before because of the mist, the winter sort of mist that hung over. It was never... You could never see this far, and then suddenly after that snow, everything was clear. And I've just also found these from the same little sketchbook that I used, and this was drawn from our camp in Ladysmith, looking out towards one of the sort of hills that surround this town, which was so battered and besieged during the Anglo-Boer War. Then these last two here I'd sketched while we were on one of our numerous route marches. A little house in the middle of nowhere. And earlier I'd shown one of a church, and I think this is the same church from a different angle, sort of stuck in the... Who knows where this is? It's just in the middle of nowhere, and there's this beautiful little church tower there. So yeah, a nice exhibition from 1979, July 79, Ladysmith, South Africa. And the mountains were snowing. Cheers for now.